You can never find a genuine preacher of Christ that is not being persecuted. You preach materialistic gospel, nobody will persecute you. You say if you don't pay tithe, you will go to hell. Nobody will persecute you. You say if you don't give, things will be tight. Nobody will persecute you. You say your offering will eradicate your suffering. Nobody will persecute you. But the moment you say Christ is more than enough, all the stones begin to come. Because
Can somebody tell me exactly what is going on with religion in Africa? Like, what is really happening? Where are we going to? Like, what's the direction? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and welcome back once again to the channel. It's always an honor to stop by and, chit chat with you and share ideas and communicate with you on different levels, man. If this is your first time stopping by, they call me MisterJaay, and this is Proudly Marvel. And this platform, MisterJaay's Reactions, Proudly Marvel, and we discuss everything. So guys, a couple of hours ago, somebody sent me a link to this article, and it is really crazy because apparently God talks to people and tells people, some of these so-called pastors in Nigeria, to change certain things about school fees. We are going to talk about it, but before we do get started, do not forget, man, think about being part of the family. It would definitely be a great thing for me to have you as part of the family, so hit that subscribe button, smash the like, give us that thumbs up. Let's not talk too much, let's get into this issue immediately. So now, guys, for a while now, man, we have been on this topic of fake pastors and fake evangelism and religion for money. And you guys know exactly where I stand on that. If you don't know, if this is your first time, you need to go back and check out all of the vlogs I've dropped about religion, and especially from the Pentecostal movements all across Africa. And it is becoming a charade. It's become something to question. We need to take a step back as people from Africa to just ask these questions. What the hell is really going on with some of these Pentecostal movements and preachers? And somebody sent me something recently, and here it is. So apparently, there is a preacher in Nigeria, man. He goes by the name David Oyedepo. And this man owns a university. It's called the Covenant University. This has been in place for a couple of years now. And years ago, man, when this whole thing started, somebody told me about it. And I was informed, I was rightfully told that this university, not everybody from this man's church can attend. Like, you are the preacher of a church and you have a university, but not everybody in your university can afford the school fees. Now fast forward to now, this guy decided that he was going to increase the school fees at this university, and a whole lot of people were taken by surprise. So a whole lot of people started talking. Of course, you are a well-known preacher and people know you, so people respect you. I, for one, have never respected people like these. And no pun intended, okay? And so they started asking questions, but why are you increasing the school fees? What is the situation? What happened that you're increasing the school fees? And this man's reply is as crazy as ever. This man tells whoever is questioning the increase of his fees that God told him to increase the fees. Yes, God told him to increase the fees. Like, God just hit him up like, hey, yo, Davido, yo, Dave, man, you need to increase the fees for your university. Like, your university, you need to change the fees because it's going to increase more money to you. Your bank account is going to swell up. So you need to increase the fees immediately. Now, how does that sound to you? Like, how does that really sound to you? to all of those who really keep going to these churches, to all of those who have believed in these people for decades. Now, I know there's something called the belief system. Whatever you believe in and you work towards, you achieve it. But to all of those who have been brainwashed by this man, like, how do you feel? Don't you feel like an idiot? Don't you feel like a mumu? Like for real? Like, how do you feel when somebody tells you, hey, God told me to change the price, to increase the school fees for the university? So God told him to do that, and we are just going to act like this is really something from the divine, the divine God. Now, how did God talk to this man? Like, some of these preachers in Africa, they are all bunch of liars. Hey, if you worship with this man's church, that's your personal business. I'm an atheist. I really don't believe in some of these charlatans, but I don't believe in any person who owns a church and they are rich, they are getting jets and things like that, and the congregation is just going down. Like, not everybody's at your same level. You guys can come on here and say a whole lot of things, but I will say this: there is no way on earth that God told this man to increase that school fees. Now, the thing is this: these people need to stop using the name of the Lord or the name of God to do some of the most devilish, some of the most sinful things on earth. Because we all know, like, if you still believe for some weird reason that these folks have a direct line to God, then you are one of the dumbest, you are the most brainwashed human being on earth. And for that, you need to be put out of your misery. Now, this is not spreading hate, but this is just like, there need to come a time in our lives when we need to start questioning. Because when we look at these Pentecostal movements in Africa, they have dumbed down a whole lot of the population, man. You go to any country, there is a population of that country who just believe that. You don't need to do anything, you just need to give money to a church, and then you need to pray, and everything you wish for will manifest. And then they wonder why they really don't manifest a whole lot. Because there are people who don't sleep in church, who don't, do as some of these folks demand them, but they are succeeding. Does that mean that these other folks succeeding, there is just, but let's come back to the whole point. Now, how did God tell this man to increase the fees at a university that he owns? Is he trying to say that God also told him to build a university? Is he trying to say that God actually told him how to structure and design the university? I mean, if you guys are still you are still wondering if this is a false prophet or these guys are just out there to make money, I do hope and I do wish that a whole lot of people attending this university can boycott this mess, because like Very Dog Man is trying to do and waking people up. You guys need to send this to Very Dog Man so that he can give his own take on it, because I do think that a whole lot of people listen to that brother. But this is my take though. There's no way God told this man to increase the school fees. You have to be the judge. You have to understand this. Some people cannot even decide for themselves. But if these type of people, this is not the first time they have come and said, God said we should build a church. God said we should buy a car. God says I should get a jet, and you people donate. And don't get me wrong, there are so many pastors in the US doing the same dumb stuff. But at what level, what time are we going to wake up? African youths, man, you guys are wasting away just because you listen and kiss ass to some of these people who are just there to make money. Now, if God told him to increase the school fees, I hope that when people boycott and stop going to this university, God is going to give him another solution. And the craziest thing is, this man said those who are criticizing to not incur the wrath of God, they should shut up. This is crazy, man. Nigeria, you guys need to get the government to start fixing some of these things, because majority of people all over in Nigeria, they just believe in these preachers for no good reasons. It's scary and it's crazy. Stay blessed. I want you to leave your comment. Do you really think that God told him to increase the school fees at his own university? It's like a businessman telling you, God told me to increase the prices of my items. Are you going to buy that just because God told him to? Let's watch out. Let's find out what is going to happen. Stay blessed and have a great week. Peace.